Hi guys, 9th of June 2023, Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Let's have a good weekend. But before that, it's all right. Unemployment data has went up and there's a chance that the interest rate can go to as high as 6%. But the thing is this, are the banks giving up? Because we can see right now, the number of people going for long is getting so much higher than bears, and the bears are seemingly taking a holiday break. So I'll tell you more in detail. Let's go. All right, disclaimer apply as usual, and thank you, AIMS, for the kind sponsorship. Now, first of all, I think that we all know that who will be our next president, right? The thing is this, Tharman have come in and he's going for the election. And based on the people, seemingly everybody is quite going to vote for him. Just that I just feel that his talent might be a little bit wasted if he has a president. But again, I wish him all the best and look forward to that. Now, more important now is Donald Trump. He's indicted second time. Okay, the way I put it there, because it's not official yet. And likely we will only see the official word probably on Monday to Tuesday. So the thing is right now, the indictment showed that he actually has indicted on some federal criminal charges. This is really incredible. All right, so let's watch this video of from CNBC regarding Donald Trump. Let's go.
President Donald Trump. Eamon Javers joining us on the phone with more. Eamon, what are we learning?
Well, Brian, the former president has posted on his Truth Social platform that he has been indicted in the classified documents case that was pending against him. At this point, we can only attribute that to the former president's social media post. We don't have independent confirmation of that from the Department of Justice or through the legal filings in the docket that you would expect to see in a case like this. So we're going to hold off on calling this official. But the former president is putting this out there into the world tonight. It's getting a lot of attention online, as you can imagine, Brian.
All right, this is really, really incredible and crazy, right? To actually seeing this in the American history. It's the first president that is going through all this right now. I mean, ex-president. This is crazy. All right, so let's see what happened last night. Well, the Dow Jones recovered 168 points. I mean, they didn't care what had happened to Donald Trump. And NASDAQ rallied 181 points back. And S&P back up to 242.93. Now, you can see across the board, Apple about 1.5%, NVIDIA 2.76%, and Amazon 2.5%. And the one that still the thunder was Tesla, up by nearly 4.6%. Well, I'll talk about Tesla very shortly. So the main thing is right now, the Dow has up for the third straight day. Despite whatever's happening, it's okay. The market don't care. Everybody now is into bullishness. In fact, it's all the Amazon propelled the tech companies to bullish analysis from the market. And the thing is, you can see over the Russell 2000 up by 7.5% for the entire June period. This is really incredible. All right. So basically, even though we know that there's going to be an FOMC meeting next week, the market doesn't care. Everything is just buy and buy and buy. So the question now is this the time to chase after it? Despite we just saw the initial jobless claim has just reached the highest level since October 2021. Oh my goodness. So that shows that the labor market is softening. Is it what the Jerome Powell wants? Hence, therefore, that's the reason why the market is bullish. Very interesting. But the thing is this right now, important is that Bank of Canada just increased interest rate. They didn't miss it. They paused it the last time, and then they were looking at Federal Reserve, and Federal Reserve obviously hike interest rate. So of course they are two behind, right? So they'll chase after it by do a sudden hike. Okay. Now the thing is this: the market is expecting now a 72% there'll be a pause this coming FOMC meeting. So which means that if Jerome Powell decide to hike interest rate, I can tell you this: the market will shake. So based on that right now, let's go to Tesla. You can see that Tesla is up to 234. Now I said about 220, 210, it's going to take some profit. I was wrong, but I did mention thing because Elon Musk went to China. And I've been telling you guys this, China, in my opinion, has been the strongest supporter for him. And of course, right now, we all know that his share was heavily shorted back then in about 153 area. So of course, a trip to China now has caused the share price to go higher. So what do you think? Who have came in to help? This is very interesting. So one thing is that other than that itself, right, I was pretty precise with the NASDAQ. I put on Trader Boys this Facebook page. I said that the NASDAQ now is 14,500. It's time to look at 14,262 exactly. And incredibly, we called for a sell and the market came down and it really went to 14,262 exactly. No more, no less. Look at it, the way the market came down and recovers all the way up itself. And of course, all my students, they really profited from it. So again, this shows the power of the TWB system, right? Don't you agree with that? All right, now because of all this itself, right, I've been telling people need to be very careful, but you can see the market buoyancy is very strong right now. The Fear and Greed Index from CNN is at 76 right now. This is a very, very high number at 76. And you look at the numbers here, you can see right here now, you change the timeline. Oh my goodness, we are down back to the same point back in this February period. And we all know what happened in February. The stock market came off pretty badly. All right. So if you want to take a look at the market right now, I can show it to you. This was what happened to the Dow Jones. I'm just bringing it to you live right now. See, that was February when the Dow Jones was trading about 34,200 and it came all the way down to 31,500. That is the same period where the Fear and Greed Index was trading at about 70 to 80. So you can see right now, right, that's my worry. And of course, in the moving average, we are now very far away from the moving average. Now it's 42.83 and the moving average is 40.35. So again, all this speak for itself. But of course, people argue that this is the bull market. But the thing is this, if you look at the US core PCE price index, we are still very far away from the 2% that Federal Reserve says. So if they want to bring it to 2%, then you need to do more rate hike, unless they're telling me now that, you know what, 2% is no longer manageable or can be done. They go to up to 3%. Okay, that's good. But still, we are 4%. In fact, 4.7%. So if we look at it now, we are 5 days away from the FOMC meeting. And of course, the thing is this, 74% of people now is looking at a rate pause and only 25% looking at a rate hike. But very interesting, the next meeting is on 26th of July, and yet people are actually 50%, in fact, 52.3% is looking at the rate hike now. I mean, the point is a pause this month will help anything to lower down the price, and a hike next month will help. I mean, I just don't understand the logic here. By pausing now itself is what, give everyone a breather to anticipate a rate hike next month? That's something I don't understand. So Louis Fed President James Bullard expects the US Central Bank to deliver another 2 more interest rate hike to tame down inflation in 2023. So he felt that way. Of course, Bullard is no longer the voting member, so people are not really concerned what he says, but he makes sense. And the thing is this, it makes sense to me too. All right, because now we can see the initial jobless claim has hit 261, and 261 is no joke, because why? This is the same time where we saw the last time we saw this thing hitting at that high number. We saw the stock market pulling back a little bit, and more important, the average about 235 level. So we are like 30,000 above it. Isn't that telling you that we are actually approaching what we said before? When the unemployment data have to move higher, that is about the start of the recession worries. So one thing is that Janet Yellen yesterday came out and says this: I think there will be an issue with commercial real estates, all right? And why she said that? Because 1 month ago, or 2 months, or 1 month ago, Forbes came in and said that brace for a possible commercial real estate crash. And of course, Elon Musk came in and said that too. Just a couple of days ago, he says that the commercial real estate is melting down fast, and he warns the home prices will be next to crash. So the thing is that was Elon Musk 3 days ago, and yesterday, Janet Yellen came out and warned. If you look at the numbers right now on the US real estate chart, it shows that we are near a peak of this recovery, and a pullback down can be all the way to 170 zone. Now, if that really happened, you can expect the S&P to fall quite badly. So again and again, we are having problems right now, but yet the stock market is going up. So what is the thing motivating it? Well, obviously it's the technology companies. And interestingly, Nancy Pelosi, the one that always able to sell at a good time, buy at the best time, she is selling. She has sold away some Apple share. That's about nearly $1 million worth. And she sold at an average price approximately about this around 170 plus, with the current price of 184. So she's selling. That's interesting, right? And of course, right now, we all know that everybody's pretty worried, because we all know that the current reason why the market is going up now is basically because of the FANGs. The FANGs is the one that's leading the show right now. So apparently, Yardeni from Yardeni Research says that the AI bullishness may be setting the stock market for a mother of all melts up, all right? So apparently, he can see that now Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, Meta, Microsoft, Netflix, NVIDIA, and Tesla, they all went up by on average of 58%. And do note, this 8 stock alone account for 26.6 gain in the S&P 500. And the combined market cap is $10.7 trillion. Oh my goodness. So if you look at it right now, right, the FANG counters versus NASDAQ, you can see that practically it was the FANGs that's leading the show. And in fact, the FANGs now is leading the index, the NASDAQ. So all this tells you that, right, yeah, we can get this so crazy and make a lot of money on the buy side, but it's just a matter of time when the bubble will burst. So with the incredible amount of funds entering, look at it, this amount is ridiculous. This is the highest number, and it's so much higher even during the pandemic period, whereby the funds, due to all the funds coming in to buy into the market itself, right? This is much higher, and now the call option is ridiculous at the highest level for the last 5-6 years. So it's like everyone is buying, and that's why now those bulls are saying that, look, everybody is buying, so why aren't you buying, right? Blah blah blah. But look at it, the market itself is up, but it's actually consolidating at the range. So which means that if everybody's on one side of the town and the market is consolidating at the range, I can tell you this: if anything to happen in between, this can be catastrophic. All right, and look at the AAII bulls right now. Oh my goodness, this is so much higher as compared to the past. So basically, that's the reason why everyone around me is telling me this. Look, hell, you got it wrong, because now the forward earnings are very low level. The price are high is yes, but the earnings are low. So which means that if the earnings start to go up instead, the stock will go even higher, right? That will push the S&P to 4,500, 4,600 level. Okay, I can accept that argument, but the question is this: why don't you ask yourself why the earnings are down and yet the stock price is high? That means that is the earnings able to actually really reflect the stock price right now? Is it really overvalued? So again, this is a very big debate between a bull and a bear, but more important thing itself, I can tell you now, is that the boys is unloading based on my TWB system. They are unloading, but the momentum is still very bullish. So let's look at NASDAQ back then. Okay, this is NASDAQ back then in 2021, whereby you can see that the market was surging up, right? But once we realized that the boys is offloading it, and the momentum, when my indicator turns to red, that was a signal. And when the market start to really sell, the momentum comes in, bang, that's what happened to the NASDAQ. So at the moment now, I don't see this. I only saw the boys are selling, but the market is climbing. And I've been telling you guys, for example, like Amazon and Nvidia, the boys are dumping the shares a little bit here and there. That is the reason why I'm kind of worried right now for the technology company. But of course, if you look at it from the chart itself, we are now back above the 23.6% level. And of course, let me zoom the chart in for you, let you see it better. Let me bring it right now where we have not the FANGs, we look at the NASDAQ. Let me bring it right now. Okay, let me just take this away. Okay, you can see that it has climbed just marginally above my 23.6 level, which is at 14,460 area. So of course, if the NASDAQ can stay above 14,463, we can see the NASDAQ going back up to new all-time high. But at the same time itself, right, the current momentum tells me that the common point of RSI shows a negative divergence. Hence, therefore, to me, this is more of a sell than a buy. But again, don't quote me, because I am just showing you my chart view. End of the day, you make your final decision. Yeah. All right, because to me now, the VIX itself is so low right now. Look at the VIX. This is ridiculous. And if you put the VIX together with the Dow, I showed you yesterday, we should know that the market is really time for profit taking. So of course, if you're the chase of the market right now and intend to hold it regardless, then you just have to be mindful that you have to pay the price for buying at the high. Because if you compare this with the Dow Jones right now, you will see that my reason for concern is there. Because every time when the market, the VIX is at the low end itself, right? You can see that that is where the Dow will take a fall. And that is like from here itself was from 33,600, it dropped all the way to 28,000. And that was back in just last year, October period. All right. So with that, that will be all for today's MAO. Thank you for waiting. This is Kel signing off. Take care. Bye-bye.